Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sunday night frequency meditation. My name is Rob. The purpose of these meditations is not about fixing, transforming, healing. Sunday night is all about closing off the week we had and then also bringing in that awareness from your higher self on possibly what programs that you're operating that maybe won't serve you that well in the week ahead. There's been a lot of discussion, a lot of narrative out there about the ascension process, the healing. Far more complicated than what I've received. And those of you who have worked with me and are also in that space, we see the brilliance that we are in that space. We see the empowerment we have in that space. We see that we can create really any reality we want to. And that is really the true, on the other side of the veil, if you like, that is the true value of what this is all about. Do you think your spirit would create us so that we have to spend the rest of our life with this critical eye, always having to transform and heal and be another version of ourselves? It's not like that at all. It's far easier, it's far simpler. How I work is that I take you to that space. I bypass the mind and I go to what I refer to as a precursor, that space before we create ourselves in density. And that's where we can really do very fast, permanent transformation. So tonight, it's all in real time. Nothing's rehearsed. I just tune in, see what everybody can have. It's casual. It's not polished. So if I make mistakes, doesn't matter what is a mistake. It's all about bringing you in alignment with your higher self. That turns on the communication switch, and then you start your journey or continue your journey with your timeless self. My buddy here, he's always with me. He'll bring in his frequencies. There's nothing pure than nature and animals because they're perfectly present. They're perfectly well-defined. Us humans, I can't say the same. But we'll bring in Milo's frequencies as well. So just kick back, enjoy. For those of you who have experience from working with me, put in the chat, give other people encouragement, because one of the biggest filters us humans have is about doubt. So enjoy tonight, and I'll see you again next week. June's going to be a super powerful month. We really, really have that propulsion now that we can change anything. So let's go for it. Okay, so let's just settle in. What does it mean when I say settle in? I mean, let's come into our body. Let's really be here. We can forget about everything that has brought us here tonight. The day's over. And just coming into our body, into this present moment. This perfectly present moment. So as we take a deep breath in, really filling up those lungs as much as we can. And then hold our breath. And through the mouth, release. And again, another breath in. This time really bringing in these frequencies from the core of the earth that we have access to, these pure frequencies. Gravity has filtered out any impurities, so we have access as we are. Nature. Holding that breath. And then releasing. And just thinking where we are right now, today. First weekend in June. Right now, if for those who follow astrology or the movements of the planets and universe, it's all about now expansion for us. For those who took opportunity in the last few weeks of this real clearing out process, now it's about just expanding and really creating that person and that life that we can. So again, as we take a deep breath in, holding that breath, and releasing and just bringing you here into this present moment and into your body. We can tune into these frequencies of nature And just this is how powerful we are as beings. Just by us putting our thought on the frequencies of nature, that in itself helps align us into a better position in proximity with our higher self, timeless self, spirit, whatever you wish to say. And we do this all day long. We're always tuning into other frequencies. Unfortunately, most of them are not to our benefit. So now, as we take another breath in and we focus on our spine, those 24 vertebrae in our spine, that transmitter, that receiver, what the spine is, beside it being an amazing apparatus that holds up our whole body. We're able to push forward, push through those stubborn blocks that have given us that discouragement over the time. And we can use these frequencies, these clearer frequencies, to do for us what we can't do for ourselves. To give us that momentum. To expand, noting your spine, to expand into that next, or maybe it's the sixth next version of you. So as you focus on your spine, focus on your breath, I'll help generate these frequencies to bring you in closer alignment. And then it's for you to discover your own journey with your higher self in your own specific flavor, shifting and transforming into that new self. We really don't have to figure much out here. Everything comes to us. It's all about being centered in our body, which is what the space is. And then here, right now, present, it's the time. So being in the best position in space-time that we can. And then that brings us into a closer proximity with our higher self, clearer communication with our higher self. So we don't have to go through our daily life with these destructive filters, these blind spots, whatever you wish to call it. So we're going to ask for awareness, taking that breath in. We're going to ask for awareness when we are operating from filters that no longer serve us. And that's really, well, that's the second step. I was going to say that's the first step, but really the first step is coming into your body and coming present. And then with that, we have access to ask for that awareness when we are operating from filters that don't serve us. We don't have the awareness. How do we know what to shift or transform? And this is the problem in the mass consciousness. People are running around trying to fix things, but that's not the source of their problems. That's just the consequence of their distortions. So So what we do here in space-time is we go to what I refer to as a precursor, and we go to where the source of the distortion happened. Could be in this lifetime, it could be many lifetimes ago it started. Doesn't really matter though for our journey. It may like to know the information, but doesn't really help us. So what I'm all about is what can we do efficiently so we can be free? Because that is our right. So we go to the source, asking for that awareness. And then with that, it's quite easy to disconnect from the program. And maybe for yourself, if you review your past on this journey and the frustrations of not shifting, of taking different seminars or courses, going to retreats, and then after a couple of days, we're back to the old self. It's for that very reason. It's not going to the source to disconnect. Taking that breath in, take that breath into a count of 4, really disciplined. And then let's hold for a count of 4. And through the mouth, release to a count of 5. There's nothing magical about these numbers, so you can choose your own numbers. Just be disciplined when you take your breath. It's a really great exercise in helping you start to be disciplined at first with your thoughts. But as time goes on, you'll be disciplined with what realities you go into, dimensions you go into, because that's really the key. Noting the hip area. How your hips ground you, the densest part of the body. And let's be excited about this month of June. It really is an amazing month for us to shift and walk into that next version of who you are, or as I said before, maybe it's many higher versions of you, who you are. But this is the time we can. So for those of you who didn't clear out in the last couple of weeks, when the awareness comes in, you can do it then. Asking ourselves, asking our timeless self, what is it that I need to release to be more centered and to have a clear, conscious connection with our higher self? A conscious, we're always connected. We wouldn't be here if we weren't connected. It'd be impossible not to be connected to your higher self. But what we need, that antidote to how it works here, is we just need more of a conscious connection. Let the mind be aware. Of our connection to our timeless self and the timeless self's connection to us, which is all one. Taking that breath in. And so for this week, observing what comes in, but also start to take back control and curate the life that you want. There's so much out there on manifestation, creating, law of attraction. It's actually much, much easier than that has been presented to us. And funny enough, all those various programs and teachings, and it's all good, but very few people materialize anything from them. Well, why is that? Well, it's because they're not in their ideal reality and proximity with their timeless self. So what they're doing is at a mental level, but staying in the same consciousness that created the lack in the first place. So as we take that breath in, noting the hip area, as I generate these frequencies from nature that pull us into alignment, and we can do it at any time, anywhere, and it always works. So try it. And we see as we go through the week, and the awareness that comes in, and we start directing it into the life that we really would like to have, the person we know we truly are. And by shifting within, our environment naturally, as a consequence, shifts. So we don't have to focus on a better relationship or a relationship or more money or a nicer place to live or better health or whatever neuroses we have to move, disappear. That will be a consequence of us just being here, present, narrowing that gap between our higher self and ourselves, because we've moved closer in proximity in time and space. So the connection between our timeless self and ourselves are stronger. It's kind of like a Bluetooth. In the opposite way, some of you on the call have moved away quite a bit from your timeless self over the lifetime, the distortions. And as we keep moving further away and going in different realities, dimensions, the signal gets weaker, like a Bluetooth. And if we go too far away, we disconnect. But what we do here, as we take a breath in, is we move closer in proximity to our timeless self. Again, by being here in our body and being present. And so the signal gets stronger. Clearer. The communication gets clearer. We get more aha moments. The navigation system is more precise. So let's take advantage of this month and really focus on moving forward, because we can. It's our right. Move forward into that next version and just give permission to let everything come to you instead of reaching out to it. It's far more efficient. And we're copying the frequencies of the universe, which is very efficient at all times. The universe is always expanding. That's the evolutionary process. We're part of that. We always get to expand. And as you listen to the sounds around you, just notice where those sounds are and where you are. Any smells? Where are the smells coming from and where are you? Noting the taste in your mouth. This is our internal spatial referencing. It signals for the body to release whatever chemicals, so we have optimal health if that connection is clear. What are we sitting, standing, lying down on? What are we connected to, touching us, supporting us throughout this whole session? And then opening our eyes and looking at an object, noting the object, where it is and where are we. This is spatial referencing. It's an amazing technology using the five senses, which is really what the five senses are for from a higher level, is to be our GPS of where we are rendering ourselves here, right now, in space and time. So it's an amazing technology to always bring you back here. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next Sunday.